Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to my podcast, The Stories. Today, we're going to begin our recordings of some great women out here who took the challenge to write letters to themselves. So I'm really excited as we share our letters that we wrote to ourselves to wrap up 2023. Hopefully, you'll take some nuggets away as well from these inspiring and honest and authentic letters. All right. Well, again, thank you both for joining and taking on the challenge of the letter to yourself. Like I said earlier, I did an impromptu one. I'm just going to ask though. First off, if we had to come up with a word for 2023, what would be your word? Let me see,
Change.
Vanessa. Your volume probably might need to come up just a little bit.
Okay. Can you hear me better?
A little bit. I know. Don't even say. Go ahead and say your word again.
Okay, I'll yell. Resilient.
Resilient. Okay.
Was that
My word is change.
Okay. All right. I think mine is intentional. And yeah, intentional. So we got intentional, we got resilient, and we have change. Okay. Um, as you were writing, well, Brooke, I'll tell you what, you said you were just gonna wing it. So I'm gonna just have you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and then later too, when this actual podcast goes live, I'd like to put your link and your information in the bio as well. And like I said before, you'll have access to be able to share this with your followers. But tell us a little bit about you and what you've done this year.
Okay, my name is Reverend Dr. Brooke Brim. I call myself a minister of mind, body, and spirit because I minister to all aspects of, you know, really a Black woman's mind, body, and spirit. Um, the biggest part of that lately has been my brand Vegan Soul Foodie, which is comprised of a following of about 700,000 across all platforms. Um, and but prior to that, I'm a metaphysical practitioner. I'm a certified yoga instructor, and as of late, I'm a social media vegan chef. I host retreats for women, and I'm the founder of Brookbrim Ministries, which is a holistic teaching ministry for women.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And Vanessa.
it be me? That's my name. I'm retired. I recently went back as a reading interventionist for K through third graders. It was part of who I was anyway. And so I got to be here, and I'm enjoying it. It's hard, but I'm enjoying it. BA, MA, I have all that. I'm just enjoying life the best I can right now. That's pretty much it.
And that you know what, the other word is going to be enough, and that's enough because that's you being you. And I'm glad that you're here because um yeah, I'm just glad that you're here because you get to represent this next chapter and being enough in the next chapter. So okay. And well, I'm Tammy Austin. I am therapist and a life coach and author and creator and all of those good things, and also a sufferer of imposter syndrome. So thank you for, like I said, coming on and doing this. Um, Brooke, would you like to go first with the letter and just kind of wing that thing?
Well, I will say, I would say my letter starts like this. The beginning of this year, well, it was really the beginning of the Chinese New Year, which is around February, March. Um, I read that because it's the year of the rooster, that it was going to be, and I'm a rooster, that it was going to be a tough year for me, and so many different things, and I was really going to have to struggle this year. Um, I would say it wasn't a tough year, but I think the mechanics of change, finances, moving, all of that was real, you know, but I would not sum it up to say I had a tough year. I would just sum it up to say I had a lot of change, and I really learned a lot about change. And, I'm thankful for that. And I learned a lot about my new social media business and how much change is really a big part of that.
Okay. Vanessa?
Yes. Can you hear me? Am I talking loud enough?
Yes, yes. Here.
Okay. All right. I hit a few buttons and I can't figure it out. But okay. Let me preface before I get started with my 2022 year. It started off like always. I'm active, I'm doing. By the time of February, my body said no more. I did not know what was wrong with me. I kind of had an idea, but I could not scientifically say what was wrong. So I spent 22 in bed, in pain, without painkillers because I refused to get on them because I know what happened. The pain I had, I could not sit up for more than 20 minutes before I was just in severe pain. So I spent the year 22 fighting with the hospitals and doctors to get the service I needed. I wanted them to examine me before you send me out to do all these other things. They said, no, that's not how it works. So of course, I'm old school. I'm from down home. You know what I mean? So I went into deep prayer and I said, God, you know what to do. So by the end of 22, finally, they started giving me the exam that I was requesting. Instead of sending me to all these doctors who wanted to do surgery or put you on medications, and I was refusing all of that. So when we get into the end of 22, through prayer, through what I know what to do with my body, because I've been with it over 60 some odd years, I was able through the Holy Spirit to move through 22, and towards the end, like I said, I started getting all the things that I needed. So going into 2023 was one where I had to bounce back. Everything kind of went down the drain as far as my personal movement and self. I was always in my head saying, you could do it, you could do it. But when you're in sheer pain, you say, yeah, I can one day. So I spent the beginning of 23 getting my head together. So by the spring of 2023, I was kicking tail. I was like, move, get out the way. Okay. And I've been that way ever since. I spent the summer. So when I met you guys were in the midst of my tornado. Okay. I really didn't care. I was there. It was like, it's about me because I know where I had been and what I had been through. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't understand me, that was okay. You know what I'm saying? So 2023 was my resilient year. I bounced back. I came back because it never in my life have I ever been almost bedridden. And 2022 put me in the bed, something I didn't think I'd ever experience. I've helped people go through it, but me, nah. Everything is possible. Trust me, I believe that and I understand that. So I started my journey, my health journey. I said, whatever funds I have will go into whatever I can to make myself healthy. All of the usual places you go, I said, no, I don't want that. I want me and that spirit that moves me. And that's what I did. All of 2023 was to come on back, center myself, to understand myself again, because I'm not that person I was before I went through 2022. So in doing so, I am where I am now. And so this letter to myself, giving you that kind of a background of where I'm coming from, I wrote this letter to myself kind of this morning because I said, just be honest. I said, dear self, I love you and you have always been worthy. You are a resilient human capable of demanding and rejecting when life does not meet your needs, always asking and reinventing a way for yourself. Has it been easy? That would be a no for 5,000, Alex, but you made the best of it. Sometimes folks didn't get you. That's okay. Asking pardon when you don't get it right, but feeling blessed anyway. And here you sit with the battle scars of the woman king. You became filled with inspiration like none other and walked your way to freedom and justice for a healthy body. She's proud because she knows the ancestors are smiling as she walked that path that was cleared and waiting. Agency for all women in any choice. Death to institutions that strangle life into lifelessness with deprivation of the right to be. Even if you're paid for the better. But I digress. Here I sit poised for the next chapter. I am in my elder years smiling, still becoming, visiting, imagining what could be if only. Sitting still, listening for the call, hearing, feeling, nothing with the answer, wanting to take all so no one would be left behind. The pain of it all. I burst into laughter. I sigh with a I cry and I pick myself up. Go on, child. You know what to do. But sometimes I don't. Then I remember the cries that were heard. I am still here with the blessing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it is definitely resilience. How did you feel? How did you feel writing that and even just now reading that?
You know, when I wrote it, it just, I don't know, some parts of me go to sleep and other parts wake up. So the creativity of my experience woke up. Okay. And when I was writing, I was like, dang, girl, that's all I could say. And I start remembering and reflecting, and all I can do is say, dang, girl, that's it. Nothing else. So pretty much, I just felt like, this be you, girl. Let it rip.
All right. Um, this is going to be the first time with me saying it out loud, but I'm going to read some. It was important to me to create a letter filled with authenticity and truth. I did not want to overthink it, which is a tendency that I have somehow trying to be a seeker of perfection that I never really feel like I achieved. 2023 was a year of triumphs as well as pain. And I think I shared before the body pain that I've had and just, really having to question, would I be able to do any of the things that I had been able to do ever again? Just, felt like the body went left on me. So I said, this has been a year of pushing through many uncomfortable feelings and even thoughts at times. But like I've said before, when you lean into the discomfort of the uncomfortable, you learn about yourself, you learn about the values, your core beliefs, as well as your expectations for yourself and others. This year, I've learned how to stand in my own individuality, so to speak. At first, it felt like loneliness and even disconnection. But the longer I stayed in this space, the more comfortable I have become being my own person. And I love that. With each passing year, I am becoming increasingly confident in my voice. In closing, I give myself permission to hold space for the people who hold space for me. I manage my emotions and physical resources in a manner that honors me and allows me to be the most authentic and present me in all spaces. And then I just, kind of said some more. But those were the things that, kind of stuck out for me. Like, I feel like this year has taught me how to really be me and be comfortable in my own skin. like really comfortable in my own skin. And so
I'm like,
I'm Brooke, your face is saying a lot.
I'm just listening, and I want to give you guys the opportunity to talk because I know it's a podcast. It's not like we're in a room talking to each other where we can talk all over each other and everything like that. For a podcast, I kind of stay quiet and let people talk so that your audio is nice and clean. But I'm loving both of the letters, and I think that from the retreat, I got the sense of both of the journey that you both were on. You know what I mean? I remember with Vanessa when she first kind of came into the retreat space, she was like, "Oh, I'm out. I'm just so happy to be out. Oh, I'm out. Oh, I'm just so really happy to be out. And with all these people, I'm just really happy." Like so many times you said that. And so it makes sense that your letter really reflects all that you said to us. And Tammy, I know that you have been searching for just the where you're going to be. I think you closed your office. You're trying to figure out where you're going after that. Where are you landing? And I think a big part of that is like just being comfortable in your skin. So just listening to your letters makes a lot of sense. So that's why I was just my face was saying whatever it was saying. I'm listening. I'm listening.
And I think I was just I know I was surprised. I was surprised at the ease that the words came out, but really the relief that I felt after. And I think, wanting people to do that, because I think you owe it to yourself to, because we hold so much in throughout the year, to just be able to
Yeah.
yes,
I would say that I'm really proud of myself this year, just getting through all the change and trying out so many different things to kind of figure out, where I'm landing, and then really to come up with I think the conclusion that I came up with is change is constant. the only thing the only thing that I really need to get comfortable with is the fact that I'm choosing to change, and more than that, I'm choosing to grow, and with the growth always comes change. So
well put, because I think you're right. Change isn't always something that we have a choice about, but how we morph into it, because you can fight the growth and the change will
mhm,
happen. And so you're right, it is a choice, and being deliberate about that,
mhm, mhm.
and not being muted.
Who's oh
No, we're not muted, no. No, but because
yeah.
so many of the women that I've been working with this year, is that's kind of what they're dealing with. They feel like they've been muted, you know?
Well, I think I would say I did that years ago. Like I was muted. I felt muted years ago. And just in recent years, it's really just about me finding and using my voice and also dealing with the repercussions of that. And still using my voice despite what anybody, how uncomfortable or how anybody else feels about it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that that's the thing. And I think when I watched you at the retreat, Vanessa, that's what I saw. That you were comfortable in your skin. You're in this next chapter of life, and it's just like, I don't care. I don't care who's watching.
Mhm.
And it was very freeing to see that. Then again, that
Mhm.
as we get those other numbers in front, that we don't have to mute, that we don't have to, walk with our heads down or our shoulders stooped, or any of that.
And I think I would love to, just when I listen to Vanessa's um, letter and all the beautiful words and just the way that she expressed herself, I would love to hear more of that expression because all I heard was just like, "Woo, this is a spoken word artist. This is a poet. Like, you know, this is a big. She's a writer. All of that, and I think that in your life you've done all of those things, right? Yes.
How you say, I've chanced upon them, I've been engaged with other people, but as
Hmm.
far as me doing it personally, no.
Really?
No.
That's shocking because that's all I heard when I listened to your letter is a
Mhm.
spoken word artist, a poet, and a writer. And I'm thinking I would like for her to start that up again. I didn't I didn't know. I'm
But the thing
thinking
is, I've quietly done it, but not
mhm.
exposed. Let's be honest.
well, well
Quietly
I
done
definitely
exposed it.
I
I just
definitely would love to see more of that. I would love to see but that's just what I would love to see. It doesn't mean you have to do it. I would love to see you make the choice to give us more of that.
I would agree with that.
Mhm.
think that getting away this summer and meeting other people and getting my juices flowing again, because you guys don't know how low I was 22 to 2022. I was really low. My body just would not let me get up. But I kept the faith. But baby, I thought it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of, I was moving with some steam in 2019 towards my creativity and everything. And then the pandemic happened and just things just didn't come back the way I thought they were.
Mhm. Mhm.
Got the opportunity this summer to be with you guys and so forth and so on. I was like, okay, all right, all right. And my body, I got my body back, I was feeling that creativity again. So when she said, write the letter to myself, I was feeling that. And I was like, okay, so pick up. And I was like, okay, because there's so much you write down and you just put it to the side.
Mhm.
And two things I want to do with Black women. You know what I mean? Um, I just been trying to pull it together. Like I said over the summer, finances ain't been the greatest since the pandemic. You know what I mean? It kind of cut a lot of stuff in half and inflation. And when you
Mhm.
retire, trust me, what was comfortable after inflation of what was that 2020, I was like, oh boy, here we go. So every chance I get, like an opportunity like this, I will participate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hope things will come together for 2024, and I will be able to do that creative thing, that creative venture that I've been saying I've been wanting to do since 2019. So yeah,
Mhm.
I have stuff I've written. Know me. Sometimes you put it to the side, but
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad. And I want to thank you all because this is going to be one in the series of these letters to self. Um, the time today, I think, for people was a little challenging, but I got more that I'll be doing over the course of the weekend. And
yeah,
I'm really excited. And like I said, I think that these words will be a blessing to the listeners and the viewers. Um, and like I said, it's good to see you all. And Brooke, it's good that you are
yeah.
settling where you are in this next chapter as well. Um, wrapping up, wrapping up 2023. What would you like? What would you like to? I don't want to say manifest, but what are you really looking to embody in 2024?
I am really looking to round out what I offer to the world because in 2020 uh the vegan foodie thing, vegan soul foodie kind of blew up, and that's what I've been working on for the last 3.5 years nonstop, building that. And so some of the other things that I offer have kind of gone to the wayside, and I feel like it's just time. And it's not even just like what I offer, it's also like what I do, what I love, who I am. Like it's kind of been a little bit lopsided. because I've been spending so much time with the vegan food. And I understand that that's what God wanted me to do, and that's what I was called to do. And so I answered the call, and I've been answering the call. But I really do think in 2024 it's time for me to just have a little bit more wholeness and the holism that I talk about. Uh, I want to live more of that. I don't want to just be on one side, the food side. I want to make sure that I'm doing more of mind, body, and spirit in showing more yoga, more metaphysics, more, and of course, still food. But I'm just really looking forward to balancing out myself and my offerings in 2024.
Okay, I like that.
Mhm.
I can relate to that because I think I'm looking to move away from a lot of the one-to-one like therapies that I was doing as well, and I want to
Mhm.
do more group kinds of things, and actually just more creating of content. I have
Mhm.
some more books ready to line up to come out, and some online courses and things like that. But again, I realized I had to find my voice and I had to find
Mhm.
the confidence in that. And so, this has been great. Certainly, the retreat was great with that, and so I'm looking forward to that. Just being more present and confident in doing the things that I believe I'm supposed to be doing.
Awesome. Mhm.
Well, for 2024, I hope and pray that all of my greatest desires that will inspire and help, in particular Black women, but anybody will come to fruition. I really do. I think that is the path that I'm supposed to be on. I'm supposed to work it, however it unveils itself, and to continue working on me and just keep my health together. Spread the love.
And on that note, I'm gonna say too, I think, Vanessa, there is no end point. And I saw something one day that said, like, don't focus on the numbers. Keep living. Every day that you get up, that's a new day to do. And so I found that very freeing for me because it's easy to go, oh, you're 65, you're supposed to sit down. No, you're not. You sit down when you sit down. Other than that.
Mhm.
I know, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny when you say that. I went to the gym and I was doing the exercise tonight, 'cause I haven't been to the gym in over years. And the guy said, "Well, if you just do this," I said, "Sir, I can do that." And he said, "I can't do that." And I said, "Yeah, well, I've been at this all my life. Some things I still can do, and other things I'm like, no, I'm not gonna try it."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
I met you guys. I really am.
Well,
Yeah. I'm glad I met you guys too.
both of you. I'm telling you, yes. Inspirational, ladies. Inspirational.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
thank you both. Thank you both for being here today and kicking this letters to ourselves thing off. Like I said, I know it's going to be a blessing. I know it's going to be a
Yes.
blessing.
Thank you for doing it, Tammy. I appreciate it. It's good to reflect on, your year because we spend a lot of times, when the new year comes, looking to that new year. What are we going to do the new year? But it's also really good to just like reflect on, what you've done. And I don't think I really, until you asked me to write the letter, I hadn't spent a whole bunch of time reflecting. So thank you. Because I've been so busy moving and retreats and this and that and just constantly moving that I just really hadn't reflected on the year.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well,
hmm
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to wrap this recording, this part of it, but we don't have to get off just yet.
okay.
Hey, not adulting today. right. So I'm really excited to share our letters. All right.